Alright, what's going on, people? Ring Roadmap here, and today we're going to talk about Zhilei Zhang, some of the techniques that he likes to use a lot. If I pronounce his name wrong, I'm really sorry. I suck at pronouncing Chinese names and Chinese words most of the time. So, I'm going to talk about him today. In my opinion, he's got one of the laziest styles in boxing today. Doesn't really throw much combinations, doesn't really do too many unnecessary movements, but it's very efficient. And he's got a solid chin. His only downfall or his only flaw really is his stamina, you know. Other than that, he's really good. So we're gonna talk about the first one, which is going to be a high guard elbow deflection. What he likes to do here, as you can see, just raises his elbows right here as his opponent throws the hook, and as you can see, he was able to block that partially. He didn't really block it fully, but just by raising your elbows a little bit from the high guard, it can really change the trajectory of your opponent's punch. So it's a really good technique right here to use if you got a high guard, you know. Don't just use your gloves, use your elbows as well. And so he does that very subtle elbow deflection once again when Joyce threw the hook right there. He just raises that elbow slightly, and as you can see there, he was able to change the direction of Joyce's punch. Okay, alright, so the next thing I'm going to look at is going to be the lead left. Zhang doesn't really like to throw a lot of jabs, so as you can see, what he's going to do instead is just going to stand in front of you. He likes to stand in front of his opponent a lot because he knows that he can take most of the punches. So as you can see there, he just waits for Joyce to stretch out that lead hand, and then he finds an opening right there down the pipe. You know, he just likes doing this a lot, and I'm not really sure how Joyce did not figure it out. He keeps on doing it, or Zhang kept on throwing the straight left, and Joyce still did not know how to defend it. So it's an effective tool right here, essentially, because for a lot of southpaws, their left hand is really their jab. They don't really throw a lot of right jabs. So as you can see there, he simply stands in front of Joyce. He waits for him to react, and then he moves away from the center, bam, throws that short left, or not a short left, throws that straight left, and then he was able to hurt Joyce as he threw that one. So here again, just stands in front of you with that high guard. He knows how to shoot that left hand perfectly from the high guard, which I think is a very crucial skill for any southpaws. You gotta learn to throw that left hand without any telegraphing motions, without any excessive telegraphing signals or signs, and that's what Zhang is really good at doing. So the next thing we look at now is going to be the catch and shoot. Not only does he know how to throw some solid straight lefts, he also knows how to catch and shoot. So you're gonna see that right here. He's gonna block a shot, and then he's gonna throw a shot of his own. Let's see what shot he blocks here. There, he blocks the is that a liver shot? Yeah, it's a liver shot for his southpaw. He blocks the liver shot right there, and then he counters with a straight left of his own. Good countering skills right there from Zhang. If you don't have a lot of head movement, you gotta know how to have good blocking skills, and that's really your best bet. That's your best defense, and that's what Zhang demonstrates really beautifully. So there he catches the liver shot once again, and then he counters him with a short left. But first here, he counters him with a rear hook, and then the next counter is going to be a short left hand. So he's gonna catch another shot here, and then bam. He didn't really catch it. He actually stepped back, and then he countered with a short left hand. So the next thing we'll talk about now is the bay left hand. Here, as you can see, he's just standing in front of Joyce. You know, Joyce isn't really doing much. Sometimes Zhang actually takes the time to take some shots and to eat some of the punches before throwing his left hand. So that's a risky thing, but he seems to handle most of the punches, you know, especially when he fought, I think it was Filip Hrgović. He was able to take some of the punches of that dude, and he was able to stand in front of that dude without really getting hurt that much. And so that's the same thing here. He knew that he can take the power of Joyce, so all he did was he just stood in front of Joyce, and then he just kept on throwing these straight left hands right there again. Okay, just standing in front, right, and he's waiting for a punch to come. Bam, straight left hand once again. He shoots that without any telegraphing motions. He doesn't telegraph it. It's very quick, and that's why it works a lot. You're not gonna knock out your opponent with a single left hand if you throw it like that, but it's fast, and you know, and it does add up throughout the round. So that's what Zhang is really good at doing. So that was it for this video. a lot of people ask me, or some people, not a lot of people, because not a lot of people really pay attention to this fight, but some people ask me who do I think will win in the second fight. I think it's gonna be Zhang once again, to be honest with y'all. But if it does go to the late rounds, he may end up losing via decision. So I personally wouldn't want to see that. I would want to see Zhang end it early, and then, you know, we could all celebrate. So that was it. He's probably one of the best Chinese boxers right now, and he's got not a lot of potential, but in my opinion, he started boxing a little too late, you know, and he's got a lot of catching up to do. So that was it. Subscribe if you're new, join my Patreon if you want to, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.